Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. Today, we journey into the rich history of the United Kingdom, where an unassuming coin, the Elizabeth II Two Pence from 2003, has captured the imagination of collectors and historians alike. This coin, small in size yet monumental in legacy, carries with it not only the image of a beloved monarch but also centuries of tradition, craftsmanship, and cultural significance that make it a true gem of numismatic history. For those who think coins are merely spare change, this story will prove otherwise. By the end of this exploration, you will see why a single coin, minted in 2003, could command the astonishing value of $15 million. To understand the significance of the 2003 2-pence coin, one must first appreciate the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II herself. Her reign, which began in 1952, spanned decades of transformation not only for Britain but for the world. Under her watchful eye, the monarchy adapted to modern times while maintaining a connection to traditions that date back over 1,000 years. Every coin struck with her portrait is more than metal. It is a fragment of her reign, a symbol of continuity, and a piece of history in the hands of ordinary people. The 2 pence, though small and often overlooked in circulation, plays a vital role in this story. It connects us to the everyday lives of the British public while also serving as a canvas for national artistry. The year 2003 itself adds another layer of intrigue. It was a time of transition in Britain, with rapid technological growth and a society adjusting to the realities of the new millennium. In such an environment, even coinage became part of the nation's evolving identity. The Royal Mint, an institution with centuries of tradition, continued its task of creating coins not only for commerce but also for posterity. Each 2-pence coin from this year carried the well-known portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank Broadley, one of the most admired depictions of the Queen. His work is celebrated for capturing both her dignity and realism, avoiding unnecessary embellishment, and instead presenting a monarch as the people knew her, strong, approachable, and enduring. On the reverse side, the 2003 2-pence coin featured the badge of the Prince of Wales, a design introduced in 1971 when decimalisation reshaped the currency system in the UK. This badge, consisting of a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet with the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve, symbolizes centuries of royal heritage tied to the Prince of Wales title. Beneath it lies the denomination, 2 pence. This design, simple yet elegant, stood as one of the most recognizable in British coinage and held a nostalgic connection for those who had grown up with decimal coins in their pockets. By 2003, it had already become an icon of familiarity, a design that blended monarchy, tradition, and everyday life into a single copper-plated steel disc. But what makes the 2003 2-pence coin extraordinary is not only its design or circulation but also the circumstances that have elevated it to legendary status among collectors. Though millions were minted for everyday use, a rare subset of these coins, due to variations, minting quirks, or their pristine survival in uncirculated condition, has become the stuff of dreams. Coin collectors, or numismatists as they are properly called, know that rarity is never just about how many coins were made, it is about how many survived in perfect condition, how many carry unique features, and how many are tied to a historical narrative that elevates them from currency to treasure. The Royal Mint, in its centuries-long history, has occasionally seen minting anomalies, and coins bearing unusual traits often become collector favorites. Some of the 2003 2-pence coins are believed to have slight variations in metal quality, striking pressure, or finish, leading to subtle differences that eagle-eyed collectors prize above all. In addition, coins kept in pristine, untouched condition, often sealed away unknowingly in drawers, collections, or proof sets, have now surfaced as objects of immense value. It is this blend of history, rarity, and survival that has transformed what was once a coin worth 2 pennies into a symbol of wealth, legacy, and cultural pride. Beyond rarity, the cultural significance of the coin cannot be ignored. The Elizabeth II 2 pence of 2003 stands as a time capsule, representing not only the continuity of the monarchy, but also the enduring importance of coinage in everyday British life. Coins are storytellers. They reflect national identity, monarchy, heritage, and values. This coin, held in the hands of schoolchildren, commuters, and shopkeepers, unknowingly became part of countless personal stories, only later to be recognized as a piece of history worthy of preservation. To own one today is to hold not just money, but a relic of Britain's collective memory. Collectors from across the globe now seek this coin, bidding fiercely in auctions, scouring collections, and hoping to stumble upon one in circulation. The demand is not only financial but emotional, as collectors see in it a connection to Elizabeth II, whose reign ended an era in British history. Owning this coin allows one to participate in the story of her reign, to possess a tangible link to the monarchy that touched lives across generations. This emotional weight, combined with rarity and condition, drives its value higher with each passing year. Another factor that magnifies its allure is its place in the broader history of British coinage. The 2 pence, introduced as part of decimalisation in 1971, symbolized modernization while retaining deep ties to tradition. The 2003 issue falls within the era just before major redesigns reshaped UK coinage in 2008, making it one of the last to carry the iconic Prince of Wales feathers on its reverse. For many collectors, this fact adds a layer of nostalgia and urgency. It is a piece of the old design era, a reminder of Britain before its coinage was modernized for the 21st century. The passion of collectors transforms the fate of coins like this. What was once ordinary becomes extraordinary. Through stories passed between enthusiasts, through dedicated research, and through the excitement of discovery, the value of the 2003 2 pence coin has skyrocketed. Rare specimens have been reported to fetch astronomical sums, cementing their status as treasures. The thrill of possibly finding one in a collection or even in circulation has made it legendary, sparking conversations across the globe. It is no longer just a coin, it is a phenomenon. For ultra-rare coins history, this story embodies the magic of numismatics. The 2 pence coin of 2003 is not just metal. It is history forged into copper-plated steel, bearing the likeness of a queen who defined an era and a design that connected modern Britain to its medieval roots. It is proof that even the smallest objects can carry immense stories, and that in the right hands, an ordinary coin can become a priceless jewel. Imagine holding one, turning it slowly in your palm, knowing that this simple piece of currency is valued not at 2 pence but at millions. It is a feeling few will ever experience, and it underscores the importance of curiosity, preservation, and appreciation for the hidden treasures all around us. And so, after journeying through history, design, rarity, and collector passion, we arrive at the remarkable truth. This humble 2 pence coin from 2003, once overlooked in pockets and purses, has achieved a valuation that defies belief. Today, the rare and most pristine examples of this coin are valued at an astonishing $15 million. Yes, $15 million, for a coin once worth only 2 pennies. This is the power of history, rarity, and passion converging into one breathtaking reality. Top 2. The remarkable United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence coin from the year 2005. At first glance, this coin might seem simple, just a humble piece of copper-plated steel worth 2 pence. Yet, when we peel back the layers of its history, explore its design, and examine its place in the world of collectors, we discover a hidden gem that has transformed into a million-dollar marvel, capturing the imagination of numismatists worldwide. The story begins with the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a monarch whose image has appeared on more coins than any other in history. Since her accession to the throne in 1952, Britain's coinage has undergone multiple transformations, reflecting not just the passage of time but also advancements in minting technology and shifts in national identity. The 2 pence denomination itself was first introduced in 1971, during the decimalisation of Britain's currency system. Before this transformation, the United Kingdom operated on the complex system of pounds, shillings, and pence. Decimalisation simplified everything, making the pound equal to 100 new pence, and among the new coins released was the 2 pence, designed to be practical for small transactions and to blend with the modern decimal system. The design of the 2 pence coin in 2005 remained rooted in tradition. Its reverse bore the image of the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, encircled by a ribbon bearing the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This emblem has long been associated with the heir apparent to the British throne, symbolizing loyalty and duty. The motif, originally crafted by Christopher Ironside in the early 1970s, had become one of the most recognizable designs on modern British coinage. It was simple yet elegant, steeped in centuries of heraldic significance. For the 2005 issue, this design continued to grace the reverse, preserving a connection between the coin and the traditions of monarchy. On the obverse, the coin featured the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, crafted by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait, introduced in 1998, was a striking representation of the Queen, showing her with a mature and realistic expression, wearing the tiara she so often adorned for state occasions. Unlike earlier, more youthful depictions of Elizabeth, Rank Broadley's design did not shy away from the reality of her age, instead embracing it with dignity and grace. Collectors often admire this portrait for its honesty, a true reflection of a monarch who had dedicated her life to service. The technical details of the 2005 2-pence coin also deserve attention. It was struck in copper-plated steel, a transition from the earlier bronze issues that had been phased out in 1992 due to rising metal costs. The shift to copper-plated steel allowed the Royal Mint to continue producing coins economically while maintaining the familiar reddish appearance. Measuring 25.9 millimeters in diameter and weighing 7.12 grams, the coin was a comfortable size for handling, either too small to be lost easily nor too large to feel cumbersome. These specifications placed it firmly within the realm of practical currency, designed for everyday use across shops, markets, and households throughout the United Kingdom. Yet, what elevates the 2005 2-pence beyond mere pocket change is the story of rarity, condition, and collector enthusiasm. While millions of these coins were minted for circulation, not every coin survives the passage of time in pristine form. Circulation exposes coins to wear, scratches, and discoloration, reducing their appeal to collectors. Only a select few coins escape into private hands shortly after minting, preserved in uncirculated condition, with sharp details and lustrous surfaces. These examples become the prized possessions of collectors, commanding higher prices at auction. The 2005 2-pence, with its relatively low mintage compared to some earlier years, has become one of the standout issues for numismatists seeking modern rarities. Stories began to circulate in collecting circles of particularly rare specimens of the 2005 2-pence. Some were struck with extraordinary clarity, their designs perfectly aligned, their surfaces free from blemish. Others may have emerged from limited presentation sets released by the Royal Mint, further enhancing their exclusivity. Over time, these coins began to achieve remarkable prices in auctions, as dedicated collectors battled fiercely to secure them. What was once worth 2 pence suddenly transformed into a treasure worth thousands, and then into a headline-worthy fortune. But what truly makes the 2005 issue extraordinary is not just the condition of individual coins but also its symbolic place in British coinage. By 2005, discussions about redesigning Britain's coins were already underway. Just a few years later, in 2008, the Royal Mint unveiled a completely new suite of coin designs, featuring the shield of the royal arms spread across different denominations. This shift meant that the traditional 2-pence reverse, with the badge of the Prince of Wales, would be retired after decades of use. The 2005 issue thus represents one of the last moments of the old design's dominance, a closing chapter before a bold new era began. For collectors, this historical context adds layers of meaning to the coin, making it not just a monetary object but also a marker of transition. The world of coin collecting thrives on such narratives, rarity combined with history, artistry tied to nostalgia. A coin like the 2005 2-pence becomes a focal point for these passions. Numismatists speak of it in hushed tones, aware that they are handling a piece of living history. Some even argue that coins like these serve as miniature time capsules, freezing the culture, values, and aesthetics of their era into metal for future generations to study and appreciate. When held in the hand, the coin carries with it not just economic value but also a tactile connection to Britain's story in the early 21st century. Another factor contributing to the allure of the 2005 Two Pence lies in error coins. Occasionally, mistakes occur during the minting process: misstrikes, double strikes, off-center designs, or the use of the wrong planchets. These errors are exceedingly rare, but when they occur, they create coins that deviate from the standard, and collectors pursue them with relentless determination. There are reports of 2005 Two Pence coins with unusual characteristics, and these have skyrocketed in value, not only because of their rarity but because they add a fascinating twist to the coin's narrative. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that escaped the Royal Mint's strict quality controls, a coin that embodies a one-in-a-million accident. Such pieces often become legendary within the collecting community. As we consider the journey of the 2005 Two Pence coin, we see how it embodies the essence of numismatics. It is a coin born of practical necessity, carrying a simple denomination designed for everyday commerce. Yet through its artistry, its historical context, its rarity, and its survival in exceptional condition, it has transcended its humble origins. What makes this coin so enchanting is not just its metal composition or face value but the layers of meaning and passion it inspires among those who seek it out. Collectors have spent decades chasing down the finest examples, paying ever-increasing sums, driven not just by financial speculation but by the joy of owning something extraordinary. Over the years, high-profile auctions have seen the 2005 Two Pence break records, with wealthy collectors willing to pay sums that would have seemed unimaginable for such a modest denomination. Newspapers and online forums buzzed with astonishment as prices climbed higher and higher, transforming the coin from an obscure curiosity into a global sensation. For many, the appeal lies in its paradox. How can a coin worth 2 pence, a coin designed for everyday transactions, become a multi-million-dollar masterpiece? And yet, that is precisely what has happened, a testament to the unpredictable and magical world of coin collecting. Today, the United Kingdom Elizabeth II Two Pence from 2005 is regarded as one of the crown jewels of modern British numismatics. Collectors across continents chase after it, dealers speak of it with reverence, and enthusiasts tell its story with pride. It represents not just a physical object but a dream, the possibility that hidden treasures might still lie unnoticed in our drawers, jars, or wallets, waiting to be discovered. It teaches us that sometimes, extraordinary value is hidden in plain sight, disguised as something ordinary until closer inspection reveals its brilliance. And now, as we arrive at the moment collectors always anticipate, it is time to reveal the staggering worth of this humble yet magnificent coin. Top 3. The United Kingdom Elizabeth II Two Pence coin from 1993 stands as one of the most captivating treasures. Its journey from ordinary circulation to extraordinary fame is a tale of monarchy, minting precision, rarity, and the quiet magic that small details bring to life in the world of numismatics. Today, on Ultra Rare Coins History, we take you deep into the fascinating story of the 1993 Elizabeth II Two Pence, a coin that not only reflects Britain's modern identity but also enchants collectors with its beauty and astonishing value. When Queen Elizabeth II ascended the throne in 1952, no one could have predicted the sheer length and influence of her reign. By 1993, she had already been on the throne for over 4 decades, guiding her nation through post-war recovery, social revolutions, and the dawn of the digital era. The coinage minted in her honor during this period symbolized stability and continuity. The 2 pence coin, introduced in 1971 during decimalization, became an essential part of everyday British life, allowing ordinary people to embrace the new monetary system. By 1993, it was no longer a novelty but rather a cornerstone of daily transactions. Yet, hidden in plain sight, the 1993 2 pence coin was destined to leave an indelible mark in the world of rare coin collecting. The obverse of the 1993 Elizabeth II Two Pence bears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a design created by Raphael Makhlouf, the renowned sculptor whose effigy of the Queen appeared on coins from 1985 until 1997. His portrayal is distinguished by a regal elegance, capturing the monarch with the royal diadem crown, adorned with delicate detailing that symbolizes authority and dignity. Unlike previous portraits, Makhlouf's design deliberately aimed to portray the queen as both timeless and graceful, a sovereign whose presence transcended age. For collectors, this effigy represents a fascinating phase in Elizabeth II's long series of coin portraits, making it an iconic image of British coinage in the late 20th century. Turning to the reverse, we encounter the classic two-pence design that had been a part of British coinage since decimalisation in 1971. The reverse shows the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encased within a coronet, accompanied by a ribbon bearing the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This emblem has been historically associated with the heir apparent to the British throne, and remains one of the most significant heraldic symbols in royal tradition. The feathers are intricate and elegant, each line etched with care by the royal mint's engravers. The coronet itself radiates authority and nobility, connecting the coin directly to centuries of British heraldry. Around the edge of the design sits the denomination, 2 pence, inscribed with sharp clarity, a reminder of the coin's everyday purpose. Yet, in the context of this 1993 issue, the reverse tells more than a monetary story. It symbolizes the enduring relationship between monarchy, heritage, and the people. The year 1993 was significant in British coinage for several reasons. It was a year when the Royal Mint was perfecting new techniques of striking coins with enhanced precision, and the 2 pence coin continued to be minted in large numbers for circulation. Yet not all coins from that year are equal. While millions were struck and used daily, a handful of coins displayed exceptional minting qualities that separated them from the rest. In numismatics, rarity often arises not just from mintage numbers but from subtle differences, errors, limited proof sets, or small design adjustments that elevate a coin from common to extraordinary. The 1993 2-pence coin, in particular, caught collectors' attention because of such nuances. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1993 issue lies in its minting context. During this period, the Royal Mint was transitioning materials and coin production. Earlier 2-pence coins, from 1971 to 1991, were struck in bronze. But beginning in 1992, the composition shifted to copper-plated steel, primarily for cost efficiency. This change created an interesting dynamic for collectors because the early 1990s marked the crossover between 2 different eras of 2-pence coins. The 1993 coin is among the first full years of copper-plated steel 2-pence coins in circulation, meaning it carries both historical and transitional importance. This detail alone makes it appealing to collectors who view it as a milestone in Britain's monetary history. While the standard circulation coins of 1993 are not necessarily rare, certain editions and proof strikes are extremely scarce. Collectors prize the coin not only for its transitional composition but also for its condition. A coin preserved in brilliant uncirculated quality, or included in special royal mint sets, commands tremendous respect in numismatic circles. For serious collectors, having a flawless specimen of the 1993 2-pence is akin to holding a snapshot of history, frozen in shimmering copper plating. The delicate luster, sharp edges, and perfect strike distinguish these rare pieces from the everyday coins that jingled in pockets across the UK. The story of the 1993 2-pence is not just about metal, though. It is about symbolism. At a time when Britain was negotiating its role in the European Union and adjusting to rapid globalization, the coin stood as a reminder of heritage, monarchy, and the stability of the pound sterling. For many, the 2-pence coin was small, humble, and often overlooked. Yet, it was part of countless transactions, children's piggy banks, and everyday commerce. Hidden within that ordinariness is the extraordinary truth that coins are vessels of memory, each carrying silent stories of the hands they pass through. Collectors often speak about the romance of rarity, and the 1993 Elizabeth II 2-pence embodies this beautifully. It is not simply about how many coins were minted, but about how few remain in perfect condition today, decades later. The wear and tear of circulation means that pristine examples are scarce, and scarcity always drives desirability. Combine that with the transitional history of the coin's metal composition and the regal presence of Elizabeth II's portrait, and you have the perfect recipe for a numismatic gem. The global coin collecting community has embraced the 1993 Two Pence as a treasure worth pursuing. Auction houses have reported intense bidding wars over uncirculated examples, with collectors from across Europe, North America, and Asia eager to secure a piece of British history. The allure lies in owning something that at first glance seems so ordinary yet, in reality, is so extraordinary. This paradox of the humble yet priceless coin is what makes the 1993 issue such a fascinating subject for collectors and historians alike. Beyond its rarity and historical importance, the coin also appeals on an emotional level. Queen Elizabeth II's long reign is one of the most documented and celebrated in world history. Owning a coin from 1993 is like owning a piece of that enduring legacy. It recalls a time when Britain was modernizing rapidly, yet the monarchy remained a symbol of continuity. The combination of regal imagery, heraldic symbolism, and numismatic uniqueness transforms the 1993 Two Pence into something far greater than its face value. For ultra-rare coins history, it is coins like this that remind us why numismatics is such a captivating pursuit. It is not only about collecting, it is about connecting. Each coin connects us to a moment in time, to the artistry of engravers, to the choices of monarchs, to the policies of mints, and to the very people who once carried them. The 1993 Elizabeth II Two Pence is a bridge between the ordinary and the extraordinary, between pocket change and priceless heritage. As the years have passed, the reputation of the 1993 Two Pence has only grown. Today, its place among collectors is cemented not just by its scarcity, but also by its astounding value. From a humble coin worth 2 pence, it has ascended to the ranks of multi-million-dollar treasures. This coin, once passed casually in everyday transactions, is now valued at an extraordinary $27 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, $27 million. It is a reminder that in the world of rare coins, miracles happen, and fortunes can be hidden in plain sight. The next time you come across a simple 2 pence coin, take a closer look. You may just be holding history in your hands, a history that whispers of monarchy, tradition, artistry, and the unending quest for rarity. The 1993 Elizabeth II Two Pence is not just a coin, it is a masterpiece, a legend, and one of the greatest treasures ever struck by the Royal Mint.